I'm Dr. Ryan DeBell from The Movement Fix. This is Movement Fix Monday. Welcome back. What I want to talk to you about in this video is modifications you can make to continue doing front squatting for somebody who has wrist pain or wants to rest their wrist or maybe stress their wrist less if they're doing high volumes of front squats. There's 3 modifications that are typically done. 2 I think are more common, and the third one I think is maybe thought about less. So let me show you on a bar what I'm talking about. So just because your wrist hurts doesn't mean you can't front squat. It just means you need to figure out something else to do with your wrist while you front squat. So you still get the training stimulus. You don't have to just not do front squatting. So obviously when you do front squats and your wrist is cranked back, that may not be so comfortable. So the 2 modifications that are commonly used, you could just turn your hands around. So if you went into the front rack, you could just turn your hands like this and sort of touch the bar. That would be one way to kind of do it, especially that may be more suited for doing lunges. If you're going really heavy, that may not make the most sense. The second one is crossing your arms like this. So this will be frequently done going here. That allows you to sort of pin the bar down, no stress on the wrist, so you can still front squat with wrist pain. And that's a fine option. However, what's going on here? The one that I think is the most, the best is using either straps, or in my garage, have these little, I don't know, micro cloth car window towels or whatever these are. So if you take something like this, and you could use straps for this, and I was actually just talking to Quinn from Clinical Athlete about this, which will be on a podcast coming up, but if you take straps, you can wrap them around the bar, grab them like this, or you could use car towels, and then if you go here, you can then grab it like this. And I find that this is the best way to do it, just because you get a little bit more secure hold onto the bar versus the other 2 ways, and you really don't get a lot of wrist load here. Now you kind of get some what's called radial deviation, meaning your wrist is kind of being bent this way a little bit. So if that hurts, obviously that's not a good idea. But if you're just sensitive to wrist extension, then going here into this more neutral wrist position with a little bit of that towel, and you might even want to think about pulling the towel that way to keep the wrist even more neutral, that can be a great option so that you can still front squat, still get your training in and all that kind of stuff, but without aggravating the wrist. So just because you have wrist pain doesn't mean that you have to not do stuff. You just have to make modifications so that your wrist isn't aggravated while you lift. So next time you're dealing with that, think about that as an option. And if you don't already follow the Movement Fix on Facebook, make sure to go to facebook.com/themovementfix. You can also find us on Instagram at The Movement Fix, and make sure to go to themovementfix.com/3030 and get our free 30-page or 32-page guide to the 30-day movement challenge. So I will see you guys next week.